So the YouTuber Adam Something has decided to go the way of Vsauce and make a video about how the left is responsible for the rise of gigapopular misogynist internet guys like Andrew Tate, because leftist figures have bad advice for men when it comes to dating. Adam, by the way, calls himself a leftist, and in this video he's trying to solve the problem with a huge Google Doc on how to date women.
And this is my big issue with dating advice on the left. It's not really advice, just a bunch of useless platitudes. Be nice, respect women, go outside, work on yourself. Yeah, great, thanks. But how do I get the girl I like to date me? Why are we so afraid of giving useful, practical advice?
The idea is that the left needs to give men more kind of rote dating advice. But what does that really mean? The thing that interests young men about Andrew Tate is not that, like, he gives them advice for how to get a girlfriend or money or, whatever they think they want. They've been tricked into seeing themselves represented in a system that destroys them, but destroys women more. It's not like they're sitting down to watch an Andrew Tate video to study the ways in which they can talk to a girl and try to impress them. The thing that's going on with Andrew Tate is the idea that if you do all the right things, you get the money, cars, or whatever, that women will like you. That's unfortunately the thing that's attracting them to these guys. Capitalism suppresses people's social impulses and makes them desire power financially, militaristically, socially, and, over women. The actual thing that separates the left from the right on the topic of dating is their relative views on oppression, on the way that we look at ourselves and others. Leftists think of people in terms of their psychology and their material conditions. The problem that the left exists to solve is way bigger than how young straight men can date. And so when a leftist is asked something like,
both the left and the right offer dating advice. And so I first asked around in lefty circles, hey, how do I score a good girlfriend?
Should we just give them instructions on how to do that? No. The idea that there's a simple answer to these questions is silly and unempathetic to yourself and, the women you're trying to date. And this whole thing is clearly a problem that needs to be solved because, men are viewing women as a kind of reward in the first place. Don't believe me that the right-wing narrative about this is bad? Well, look no further than the second half of this video where Adam gives some of his advice.
Also, why wait 4 to 5 days to call? Because every desperate loser calls her the day of or the next day. You will be different and show her that you aren't in fact a desperate loser. You are in no rush. You take your time. Just don't wait too long because then it's insulting.
The first thing that's striking about this list he's made is there are so many specific steps that he advises that people follow. Like, meet a girl, talk to her and ask for her phone number, and then leave right away. By the way, she's probably interested because she gave you her number. Then you have to wait 4 to 5 days, after which you call her and invite her to get some joe. Don't let her pay for coffee, but you do want to mention a gender-neutral reason as for why, because, we're progressives here. Do not text her, and if she tries to text you, you don't have time for it.
On the other hand, if she texts you in between just wanting to talk about some random stuff, that's great, a sign of interest. Then just tell her that you can't wait to discuss all of that on the date.
On the date, no kissing at all. Control yourself. And after that date, you have to wait 4 to 5 days again, and then go on a dinner date. Don't mess up and go below 50 on her attraction scale, by the way. It would be Jover, fellas. It would be Jover. If she's dating more boys than just you, make sure you do the same so you're balanced out. If you follow Adam's advice, she'll just end up with you, I guess. Likely. After 7 to 8 dates, you can tell this girl how you feel, that you want to be in a relationship. After this genius plan is unfolded before her, she'll have no choice but to be your girlfriend. This is obviously the time where you drop all the other girls you're seeing on the side. I guess this person was your favorite and you were just using all the others to even things out or whatever. But don't think about it. You got a girlfriend. Congrats. Oh yeah, and just my leftist opinion, but you should probably be monogamous.
Then we are boyfriend-girlfriend. And then you drop everyone else you're seeing on the side. Being boyfriend-girlfriend means exclusive. That means only one person. And you will expect the same from your partner.
There's a more detailed version in a Google Doc in the description. And dude, the game is not real. It's a right-wing myth that completely rejects women's psychology. You don't seem desperate if you text or call someone a day after meeting them. If you're interested in someone and they're interested in you, there's not like a rule that says you can't just hang out. So just hang out. Why jump through these hoops? And even if it works, and this is the crucial part, like the entire pretext of your relationship will be this pathetic performance of disinterest. And do you even want to be with someone that would care about this sort of thing in the first place? This is the whole point of the left, and like feminism in this case, to see women as people. To fight back against the societal impulse to see the world in this detached, anti-human way, and push for a society that serves people instead of power and money. You're going on a date. Like, what's the point of it? Well, Adam's answer is the right wing. The point of a date is to trick a woman into liking you by following this huge list of instructions. His view of how people are, how women are, is completely simple and unempathetic. Like he says, if someone's not showing interest in you, he says, there's no such thing as hard to get.
That's bad, but consider this. If she likes you, she will make it easy for you. There is no such thing as hard to get. There is just, I'm not interested, or mental illness, and you don't care about either. If the girl
As if it's impossible for someone to be guarded about relationships in a way that makes them, shy. Social forces push women into being quiet and polite and servile, and, that's been the case for a long time. Also, given the so-called leftist leaning of this channel, I actually couldn't believe the second part when I heard it.
The idea that this is advice for leftists is crazy, considering the idea that he's advising men to not care about dating someone with a mental illness.
And obviously, it's not a mental illness. It's just that Adam misunderstands women in general. Like, what about that scale from earlier? Adam says, if you mess up on a date, then the girl's score of you goes down. But, no. You can completely throw yourself under the bus on a date. You can prey on someone's insecurities. You could do a bunch of things that will make someone like you that are terrible. And also, some people might just not like your personality after meeting you. That doesn't mean you messed up. People are very, very, very different from one another. I'm obviously not going to read the Google Doc, but I did actually peruse it for a second, and he wrote the end. He wrote the end about how to deal with someone breaking up with you. So okay, here's how I'll finish this video. What's my dating advice for the boys? The thing that I think is missing from Adam's analysis the most is when you go on a date, you're trying to see if you even like the other person at all. I think it's pretty easy to tell if somebody is just trying to get you to like them on a date. I think women will see through you if you do that. So you're not as clever as you think you are. There's also no rule against just making friends with women, right? Unless you ask Adam.
After that, if she says no again, she's not interested. She wants a conversation partner, not a romantic one. Unmatch, next.
But just, try and make new friends. It's basically the same thing. But I just say this to counteract, doing all these steps is so isolating. His advice that you should just date a bunch of girls and then stop talking to them when you get one to be your girlfriend. It's crazy how you can just say, I like equality, and isn't Elon Musk like a stupid, small little boy? And then you just get 1 million subscribers on YouTube. Yeah, thanks for watching. No kissing at all. Control yourself.